when I think about Matty and what he can bring to any company that he wants to be a part of is inspiration. You cannot know how many people looked up to this man and wanted to be like him. And all Matty wanted from people was, don't be like me, be better than me. He wanted people to be the best version of themselves. And he pushed people every day to their full potential. Another word that comes to mind is positivity. I have never met another person in my life that is so positive. There can be 50 million things having to be done, and he will always have a smile on his face with no complaints ever. And it's just something so different because you don't see that in a lot of people. And he is just the most hardworking person as well. He will finish everything you need done above expectation. You're gonna be like, oh, I just needed this minimum. No, he's always top tier with his things.
I joined the United States Army with Matty Hawkins in January 2018. We became brothers ever since. I met back with him here in El Paso, Texas in the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. He was the top of our class to become the first non-commissioned officer. All he showed me was just perseverance, the willingness to be a professional person. This man pays attention to detail. And then when I tell you, you give this man anything, he has the ability to adapt to any situation. He has taught me not to only be a family, a friend, not to be a great mentor, but just to lead from the front and not the back, care for everybody, make sure I get the job done, but at the same time, always remember who's around you, what's around you, and learn from others. There's nothing negative I can say about this man, but growth, professionalism, and the perfect man for any job.
Hey, so the question is, what does Matty Hawkins bring to the table? The question I have for you is, what does Matty Hawkins not bring to the table? Between his contagious energy, his positive outlook on everything, his extreme determination, along with work ethic, and then the value and the benefits he'll bring to anyone that he works around. Well, it's like no other. There's no one quite like Matty J. Hawkins. So I appreciate you, dude, and I wish you the best of luck.
So when I think of Matty Hawkins and what he brings to the table, I can't help but think of just positive joy and just contagious joy. Being on the cheer team with him, there's a lot of situations that could easily get negative. Waking up 6 a.m. waits, late night games, traveling, and all the other stuff that comes with it. No matter what the situation is, he's always positive. He's always bringing others up around him. It's just really contagious. I don't know how else to say it. If he's smiling, you're smiling. So I think he's a great asset to any team he's ever going to be on. So, yeah, contagious joy.
I'm here to answer the question, what does Matty Hawkins bring to the table? And I think the better question is, what doesn't he bring to the table? He was instrumental in everything that I did and that accomplished as a leader. He has an infectious and positive attitude. He has a work ethic, bar none. And really, I don't know what I would have been able to do without him as a leader when he was in the Army working with us.
So what does Matty Hawkins bring to the table? Well, the first thing that I would say is happiness. If you're around Sergeant Hawkins, because he was in the Army before, he always lights up the room when he walks in. He's always a really happy person, a really positive person, and he's definitely somebody that you can always count on to do the right thing. Me as his supervisor at a certain point, I looked up to him because he was always doing the right thing. Sometimes by me seeing the work that he was doing, it made me step it up because I was like, damn, I'm falling behind, because he was doing way more than me. So he's definitely somebody that you always want to have on your team, in your organization, at your job, whatever it is. If you have Sergeant Hawkins next to you, you don't have to worry about anything. He's a great guy. He's a great person. somebody that I can count on with my eyes closed, that I know it's always going to do the right thing and is never going to do you wrong.
Number one, I would say he's very loving, probably one of the most loving people that I've ever met. Always somebody I know can go to, talk to, and know that he always cares. Next one I would go, I think, Matt's super passionate. That could be in about anything. We met in high school. That would be roughly, almost, that's going on to freshman year. You're probably talking about 8 years ago. Matt was probably the top-notch dude at our school in about anything. You go from choir to cheerleading to singing to sports. Talk about anything. He was a top-notch guy academically as well. So, once again, very passionate in what he does. And, of course, I would say hardworking. I think anything he does, he's going to work hard. He's going to want it. He's going to want to own it. And I definitely think that he's a top-notch dude. So, that'd be the 3 ways I would describe Matt. Once again, super awesome guy. I would say you guys are super lucky to have somebody like him in today's world. So, love you, Matt. Hope the best for you. Thanks, guys.
I truly believe Matty can do anything that he put his mind to. But the 3 things that stick out to me the most are his effective communication skills, teamwork, and positive energy. He always communicated with his team, his peers, his supervisors, the progress of the task at hand, and made sure that everyone was just as informed. And of course, his positive energy had people gravitating towards him and wanting to learn from him and be around him. And I think that is very important, especially when you are working with someone day in and day out. Anyone who can have Matty on their team, they're already ahead because of his potential. Thank you.
Matty's a self-starter who's determined to achieve his goals and pursue his passions. He's authentic, he walks with integrity, and he always follows his heart.
What does Matty bring to the table? A lot. Matty is one of those people that when he walks into a room, he just lights it up. He can bring a smile to anyone's face, and no matter who it is, he makes everyone around him feel valued, seen, heard, loved, supported, respected. Matty is one of the most outgoing and fun and genuine people that I know. It's an honor to know him. It's an honor to be his friend, and he always goes out of his way to make the people around him, to remind them how much he respects them and cares about them. And that's such a unique quality that I love so much about him. I know Matty is a go-getter. He's a hard worker, and he's dedicated, and he puts his heart into everything that he does. And I'm just so proud of him. I'm so proud of him for stepping out of his comfort zone and trying new things. And I feel like he's one of those people that I learn something from whenever I'm with him. He is such a special, unique human being, and anyone is lucky to know him, to be associated with him, let alone to work alongside him.